Hi everybody, my name is Simon from Talk About Art, and this afternoon we're going to create our own Arcimboldo inspired portrait. Okay, so Giuseppe Arcimboldo was a 16th century Italian painter. What Giuseppe Arcimboldo did was create paintings using objects. So, if we look at this painting, what looks to be vegetables in a bowl, if we turn vegetables in a bowl upside down, we see a portrait called the gardener. So Arcimboldo would use different objects. In that example, Arcimboldo used vegetables. He did other paintings like this one here, with the fisherman, where it was using fish. If we look at this one here called Spring, Arcimboldo has done a portrait in profile using flowers. And we have another one here that he has used to create a face, the illusion of a face through different flowers and plants. Okay, and finally we have another one here where he's used different fruits to create the illusion of a face. And we know that he used animals and books to create the illusion of the face. Now, what is significant about Arcimboldo is that he was a huge influence on what became Surrealism in the 20th century. We know, for example, how Arcimboldo was a huge influence on people like, artists like, Belgian René Magritte, and also Spanish artist Salvador Dali. So, there are different ways in which we can respond to Arcimboldo to create our own Arcimboldo-inspired portraits. One way that we can do it is to literally, on a table or a surface around the house, it could be any sort of objects, it could be vegetables or fruit or things you have lying around, to create, basically on a flat surface, is to create the illusion of a face with different elements and then photograph it. Photograph it on your phone, and then from that picture you can create your own drawings and paintings. That's one way that we can do it. Another way that we can do it is to type into Google vegetables images, colour images, or fruit colour images, okay, on sheets like this, and we can see where I cut some out earlier, okay, so that I could, if I wanted to, I could cut them out and start to rearrange different elements for different parts of the face and such like. Or another way I could do it is simply just kind of draw, which I started to do earlier. I've used vegetables here, but as I said, it could be anything. It could be fruit, it could be pictures of animals or watches or books or toys. And basically, once you've cut out the different sections, I'm going to start to cut out the tomato here. Once you cut out the different sections, you can then start to assemble them, make a selection, and assemble them on another sheet of paper and glue them down. Of course, if you didn't want to use kind of clip art images or things from the computer in that sense, or your own drawings, you could also kind of cut out stuff from magazines. It's really up to you how you wish to treat the exercise. It's a very open-ended exercise, and that's perhaps the beauty. Look, we've got a nice tomato as a red nose there. We can maybe use the pumpkin as one eye. I will now do the carrot as a mouth. Okay, so it's really up to you how you want to create this, whether you want to just photograph a kind of still life, as I showed you to begin with a series of objects on a flat surface, and then work from that photographic image from your phone, whether you want to create the images of the vegetables or the fruit or the whatever it is yourself, or whether you want to do it through a more kind of collagey way, by using magazines or old bits and pieces you've got lying around. You know, you could find images on the back of cereal packets or other boxes for different bits and pieces you have lying around in the kitchen. Okay, and you can start, and you can change things around. Maybe I'll make the carrot into a nose. Maybe I'll have the pepper as a mouth. Okay, this is a very quick response, but obviously, as I showed you, you can be much more kind of ambitious and imaginative and playful with the way that you assemble the various elements on the paper or on your still life. So it's entirely up to you what you do. There are no rules. I think that the whole thing with this is to keep it in mind. I can use anything I want, but I have to create the illusion of the face. I can be as imaginative and playful as I want. If you want to find out any more, you can also always type in Giuseppe Arcimboldo into a Google image search, or René Magritte into an image search, or Salvador Dali. And there are several other artists as well, particularly in the 20th century, that have done this. So from me, Simon, talk about art. Thank you for watching. The end.